Market update here on the 21st. Starting off here with SPX. Let's just go over the count. Actually, I'll go over first what my overall count is on SPX. Let's go back to, let's just do a full count. So, if we go back to the 1800s, we have 1, 2, 3. From 2000 to 2009 was the fourth wave. And then we zoom in here a little bit farther. You can see it pretty good on the 3-month time frame. 1, 2, 1, 2, and let's go on a little bit farther. So, yeah, somewhere in here is, maybe it's in the 1 month. Yeah, here you go. So you can kind of see it right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That is the third wave. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the fifth wave of the overall third wave ended at the end of 2021. And then we had that little small, or we had that year bear market. That was the fourth wave, in my opinion. And so I think we're in the fifth wave of this bull market, whatever you call it, for 100 years. I forgot the name. Secular bull market. I think we're in the final stages of it. And then going up here to the weekly time frame, now that we're in the fifth wave, I have two different possibilities here. I have this as, I was saying this is going to be a B wave potentially, but I don't think that that's possible anymore. Just based on this big move right here, I don't see a B wave as a possibility. A B wave would just mean that we come back down here, maybe come down to here, potentially come all the way back down here. I don't see it. I think we're already in the late stages of this bull market. So this is my two counts right here. The first count is a diagonal. We would start with the beginning diagonal. That would be 1, 2, 3, 4. We come back into the first wave basically and have a big fifth wave. If that's the case, then I see us coming all the way back down here to 42.92 minimum, potentially down here to 4,100 over the next like 6 months, maybe a little bit longer than that. Maybe going into the election, we sell off because nobody thinks that's going to happen. Everyone thinks, oh, the election's coming up. They're going to hold the market up because a Democrat's in power or whatever. It doesn't really matter. Everyone thinks the market's going to stay up until the election. So this would be kind of a contrary move back. And it's possible. I would say it's less likely, but it's possible. We did get a nice impulse move right here. So it's possible. You look for 42.92, potentially all the way back here to 382.3. So 38.23. So that's a possibility. The second count is a nested move. And this is a fourth wave. So it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, and we get a fifth wave into the election right here. Pull back for a fourth wave, and then one more move higher after that. And that would be the end of the bull market going all the way back to the 1800s. So that's my count. I have two different counts. We'll see what happens, but let's get into the shorter time frame now. So if this is the end of the fifth wave, well, we know it's the end of a move, whatever it is. So short term, this is my count. Go down here on the hourly. So this is either ABC, it would be a huge C wave, or it's a impulse move. Impulse move, I'm looking at it like this. Third wave ended on Friday. We should be bouncing into Tuesday. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 like that. And I'm looking for a bounce into Tuesday up into this level right here between 5,100, or not 5,100, 5,010 and 5,030. That would be my level I'd be looking for a bounce. And then I'm looking for more downside. Potentially back down here to 485 to 490-ish. Somewhere in that range for the 5 waves to end. And then that's going to either be a first wave, probably an A wave though. So A right here, and we're going to bounce. And this bounce right here would probably be bigger. We'd probably come all the way back up here to 517 or so, and then we're going to see one more move down potentially. Or if it goes all the way down to 4,200, then we're going to see potentially an impulse move as well. So I don't know what's going to happen after this, but right now, short term, we should bounce the next couple of days, and then we should see a move down here, make one more low, and then we'll see an extended bounce after that for a couple of weeks, in my opinion. So that is SPX. Let's go over QQQ. Same thing, basically. I think third wave ended, and I'm looking for a fourth wave bounce to 422 to 427, and then a fifth wave down here to 402 to 408. Fill the gap at 407. Again, don't know what it's going to end up being, but this looks like an impulsive move to me, so we know we're at least going to get probably something like this at the minimum. But right now, I'm just using supply and demand. And those are the levels you want to watch. These two boxes right here. 422 or 408. And we're right in the middle of those. So we'll see what happens. I think Tuesday, Tesla's earnings might actually be a catalyst for the one more move down. And then I think that Tesla will probably bottom on there. I'll go ahead and go into Tesla. So I've gone over this chart a bunch. And again, I think that this is a WXY move. Which, if you're bullish, that's what you want to see. You do not want this to be an impulse move, because on WXY, that means we're going to bounce after the Y wave is finished. We're going to have a counter rally after this. So then we know the Y wave has to be ABC. So we have A, B, and we're in the C leg right now. Where are we at in the C leg? I currently have us, you can't really see it right here, but 1, 2, 3, 4, and in the fifth wave right here. And let's zoom in even farther on the hourly. And I have it as 1, 2. I think the third wave ended on Friday. I'm looking for a fourth wave bounce into earnings. And then I'm looking for one more move down like this. So you can see here the third leg was. So look for a bounce. We filled this gap here at 146. Look for a bounce to fill this gap here at 155 into earnings. And then we should be seeing one more move down. If you take this first wave, look at that, right to 137. There's a 136 gap as well. So I think we could see a 10% move lower on earnings. But again, I'll watch the structure of this move, and just depending on what it does, I might change my mind. But right now, 136 is about the 1.61 fib of the W wave as well. So after that, here are the two options in my opinion. You have something up here, pull back like that, You could also get a C wave here, and then sell off, or we might just get a smaller C wave. We might just get, because this right here is ABC or WXY. This is ABC as well. So this might be doing the same thing right there, and then C wave down like that. Monthly supply is not until 228. So when we bounce after 136, I'm looking for like a 50% move. I'm looking for something back up into the 200s and minimum, and potentially higher. But at this point, for how low it's gone, I think I'm leaning towards it going down after. I'm leaning towards just a bounce back up to here. Maybe even right here. You can see 230. This parallel line hits about right there. And then I'm expecting this. So I don't know if Tesla can make it to the all-time highs yet. But maybe it can. Maybe it will take off and make 5 waves higher. We'll see. So that's Tesla. Microsoft. I'll go over the Boeing chart in a second. The Boeing chart is pretty, probably the most clear chart. So on Microsoft, I originally had this as the third wave of the chart, but I think it's actually this instead. And we're in an overall 4th wave right now. If we zoom in here, this has taken too long. It's gone from February, and now we're in April. So I think that right here, we're just in a 5-wave move. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 like that. And the overall move is like that. So this makes me favor the shorter pullback on SPX. But again, I can't say that the larger pullback won't happen. We just need to get outside this parallel line. It could come all the way down here to 375 potentially, and that would be completely fine. So that is Microsoft in a 4th wave potentially. Google, another weird chart. I think that 3rd wave ended right here. This one's kind of weird. I had to change my count because it doesn't make any sense. I think this is a very extended 3rd wave. And then the 4th wave actually ends right here. So this is a very, very strange chart right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 right here. Maybe it's right here. And we're working on a 4th wave. If we zoom in here, so we get right here, and this right here is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then we get this choppy move higher. I think we're in the same area as Microsoft. So A. And I can see this coming all the way down here to 142 and filling the gap. That would be enough for me to call it a 4th wave. It would break outside the parallel line that I don't have drawn up here right now. And then I'd be looking for another move higher after that. So if we draw a parallel line from here, so it wouldn't quite get outside there. It could even do this. It could do, if we have the bigger pullback, I'd probably be looking for like 130. That would be about a 20% pullback. So that would be completely fine because then we're looking at it like this. Like that. So I think 142 minimum. I guess maybe it could stop earlier than that, but I think 142 makes a lot of sense on Google. So right now, I guess I can go over the shorter time frame. This right here is it actually kind of looks like it's kind of a weird structure actually. This looks like 5 waves to me right here. So 1, 2. And I'd be looking for something farther down here, like I said. Potentially 151, but right now, see, it kind of looks like it's in a potentially in a B wave right here, and going to come up here. So second wave might actually come back up here into earnings. I think it's probably going to go higher. You can see here, this looks like an impulse. And then I'd be looking for a sell-off. So you could be looking at something like this. So anyway, Google's kind of a tricky chart, but that's what I'm looking for, basically. Let's go ahead and go over Boeing. Boeing is a fun chart. So I originally had this as a 5-wave move. I don't think it's 5 waves anymore. It still fits like the 5 waves. It didn't come back into the first wave. But what made me change my mind on this is the fact that, first of all, this hits the 1.61 fib, or doesn't get to the 1.61 fib. This took from June till February. That's about 8 months. And then we had consolidation from February all the way to October. That's also 8 months. And then we have this straight line up. That makes this a WXY move. It could be 5 waves, but I think it's WXY. Or ABC, I'm sorry. It's ABC. So A, B, C like that. The whole thing is WXY. So we get A, B, C. We get A, B, C. And we get A, B, C. And it hit monthly supply both times basically and sold off immediately when it hit it. Also, it was longer than the A wave. So I think that Boeing is actually already in the C wave. It's already started the C wave, and unfortunately, I think this is going all the way down to 60 bucks. I think this has a structure for 60 bucks. It's in the middle of a C wave, and kind of give you an idea what the overall market probably are going to do. I know Boeing is a lot more negative than the overall market right now, but let's zoom in here. So where are we at now on this count? So third wave ended right here. Try a 30-minute. So right here it is 1, 2, 3. Fourth wave is way over here. It's a triangle. And we're in the middle of a 5th wave down. A very extended move. There's no other way to look at this. Just an extended 5th wave. And we have 1, 2. Third wave should come to 161. And then I'd look for a bounce and a 5th wave all the way down here to 145, 143. If you've been watching my videos, I've been talking about this monthly demand zone for a while now. Right here. That's where the whales want to buy it. So 145 is the target, but after 145, I'd be looking for a bounce back to at least 200. So Let's look on 200 and just see what's back there. And you have a weekly demand, or weekly supply zone right here. So 143, 200, and then you're looking down here at like 98, bounce, and then down here to 55, 60 bucks by the end of 2025. So give you an idea what I think Boeing's going to do. It is a buy in the 140s for a run up to 200, but then you have to dump it because it's going lower. So that's an interesting chart, and they have earnings this week. It's probably going to go lower. The dollar. Based on what's going on, I think the dollar is probably going to end up breaking 107. And so the correct count is going to end up being it's just going to be like that. And then we're going to get that. So I'm looking for the dollar to hit like 108 here soon and then go a little bit higher. Again, if it holds 107.36, then it's potentially done and could still come down here like this. So we'll see. I think that's pretty much it. I have some other earnings, but haven't gone over the charts in depth. So I'm going to leave it at that. Let me know in the comments if there's any earnings I missed that you want me to look at. And I think that's pretty much it for right now. Leave me a comment, like, subscribe for more updates, and I'll catch you in the next video.